just natural, you know? So to me, like, everybody is just about like what's gonna happen after you die, what's gonna happen, like, you know, where are we going, like, you know.
But I have a question to ask on that same topic that you asked this. So why are the pastors afraid of death? If they claim that when we die we go into heaven, why are they so scared of death? They're preaching a thing and they're scared of it. Why is that?
Because everybody afraid of death, Richie. When you're young, when we was young, when I was young, I can only talk from my experience. I can talk from nobody else's experience. But I cannot talk from only my experience. We grew up around the friend home. We grew up around, you know what I'm saying, around that environment, right? And when I was young, I was scared of just a dead person. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was
Yeah.
just a frightening thing. You know what I'm saying? It's just something you don't understand. Like, you're scared of things you don't understand. Like, it's just something we don't understand. We don't know what happened. We have no proof of what happened. No matter what nobody says, I don't care what nobody says. Like, you know, I love my woman. I don't care what nobody says. Nobody knows for sure. Nobody's 100% certain that nothing that nobody says is true. Nobody has 100% proof. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is just speculation, and everybody is just like belief, you know? And it's faith. Faith, the Bible itself says, faith can move a mustard,
The
faith in
mountain.
the size of a mustard seed can move a mountain. So it's all about faith. To me, I've always believed that it's all about faith. It's all about, like, it's not about the figurehead, because to me, like, yes, like you said about the creator, everybody should have a relationship with their creator, and that relationship is not for me to judge of who you think your creator is. Who you think your creator is up to you and your sphere of influence and what you've been exposed to. Because from I was young, the thing that really bothered me about religion when I was just very young was that we always thought that being Christians and being, like, you know, I'm not just talking about Seventh Day Adventists or any, we're just Christians. We all believe in the same thing. We're like, either whether you're Catholic, Seventh Day Adventist, or Catholic, or we all believe in Jesus Christ, Lord and Savior. We all believe in predominantly the same things. So the thing that, like, would bother me was that there's people that grew up in a different. I could always imagine that there was people that grew up in Afghanistan or somewhere that grew up without exposure to the things that we grew up with, and they grew up in a completely different way, and they believe a completely different thing just because they grew up in a completely different way, right? So
Yeah.
who am I to come and tell this person that grew up in a completely different way that their God is not the right and true God, right? I don't feel like I have that. I don't know. I just don't feel that I don't know who the word, but I just don't feel like I'm that I don't have that authority to tell somebody what to believe. I can express to you what I believe. I have friends that are Muslim. I have friends that are Buddhist. I have friends that are many different religions, and I just don't believe it's my place to tell somebody what to believe, and to try to tell them that what they believe is wrong. I can't say that it's wrong. I can tell you what I believe and what I feel like that brings me peace. To me, it's all about peace, and it's all about living your life in peace. You know what I'm saying? And finding peace. I used to date this woman, um, and she made a very, very, very. She just shed light on that. Like, you know, everybody's just trying to find peace in life. Everybody is trying to live a life that they have peace in their mind and peace in their hearts, and if they die today, they can die in peace, right?
Mhm.
And to me, that's what it's all about. Like, you know, can you find something that brings your mind and your heart in sync, and that you could, like, feel like if you die today, you can die in peace, right? And feel like nobody knows if, like, when you die there's an extension of life, or there's all this stuff that we've been promised. Nobody knows. Like, nobody has 100% concrete proof, you know. So I can tell people, just be good, and try to find peace in your life. You know, that's what I can tell you. But, like, you know, people can believe whatever, you know, whatever brings them peace is what brings them peace. Like, I can't tell them, like, yo, you know, what you believe in is wrong, because I don't know, I could be wrong,
True.
you know.
Somebody left a comment and said that pastors don't preach life. Pastors preach life and hope and not death. But hope I don't think that we should be hoping on things. I think that we should be living in the present here and now.
Right.
Because when you're hoping that you're hoping on something that you think might happen when you pass away. I
Right.
think I'm gonna go to heaven, or I think I'm gonna go to a better place, or I think I might go in hell. That is
Right.
a hope.
Right.
But we should be living here and now and being good to one another
Right.
and living good with our fellow man,
Right.
and to be living in constant discord and
Right.
disharmony with
Right.
one another.
Right.
That is what I believe religion, like you said, peace. Religion should
Right.
be teaching peace,
Right.
because everybody have their own perspective
Right.
on religion and who God is and
Right.
how things are on this
Right.
earth.
Right. Right.
So that is what I think people should be living.
Right.
So religion, I don't think religion can save you. I think you have to save yourself, because the Bible also said that we are created in the image of God. So if we are created in the image of God, that means we are derivatives from God.
Right.
And so we have God in us.
Bro, religion go deep, you know. Religion go deep. Religion go. If you really start to sit down and study religion and study like the doctrines of Christianity and study the doctrines of like a lot of them go back to the same thing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them go back to the same thing, and you know, mankind is mankind. Remember, say mankind will change things to just to fit their own agenda. You know.
You're right.
So if a man changed that thing 500 years ago or six, who am I to come to them and defend this man thing when he changed 5 years ago for your own benefit? You know what I'm saying? So I have to go with my own heart. I have to go where like I feel peace and I feel like security and I feel peace and I feel like, you know, like because I don't feel like any of these things could I don't know for I could be very wrong, you know? Like
Mhm.
I don't know what could save you. I can't tell anybody what could save him. I couldn't like my brother's a pastor and I love him to death, but I don't know I don't know what could save you. I don't know if it's 7 Day Adventist. I don't know if it's Catholic. I don't know if it's Muslim. I don't know if it's Buddhist. I don't know if it's any one of these other religions. Like we don't know. Like we really don't have any concrete evidence,
Concrete
and I
evidence.
can't say that we can like the Bible itself says you can't depend on concrete evidence. You have to like have faith. So you have to have faith in what you believe in. And if you have faith in what you believe in and you treat your fellow man with kindness and respect and you do what the Bible says to treat your neighbor as you would treat your damn self, then like I think you'll be in a better standing than just judging everybody else for what they believe in, because the Bible itself says again, judge not that ye be not judged. So if you are here judging, you sinning more than the other person that just living in peace and harmony in his Muslim religion and not judging you for living in Christianity. So like, you know, like you just can't go around judging. You have to live in love and live in harmony with where you're at, you know?
True. But Rasta, I never know you know Bible, so
Yeah, man, your boy does remember your boy like to read, you know.
you quoting scripture there. Wow.
You know, your boy like to read and your boy remember what kind of Bible competition man going on. Remember the Bible competition we go in Puerto Rico.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
them Colombian come and them Colombian that's a recite verse I'll get frightened. I say blood. Oh, them man they know so much verse, bro. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man. But
So, you know.
I believe growing up children in a church or in a structured setting, like in a religious kind of concept, is a good thing,
I do. I
because it
very
gives
much
you a
do.
grounding.
So I have a friend. We lived together for like 5 years, and we have he like kind of has this kind of the same beliefs as I. Like you kind of have to you can't really, you know, just judge people on what they believe, and you kind of have to have an open mind and like accept people for where they're at and have your own beliefs and whatnot. And you know, like he just I don't know. He just like I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it. I have to think about like more, but I don't know how to explain it. But he just never I don't know, he never feel like you should judge people for the things they believe in, you know? For the things they believe in like that.
But you can't judge people for what they believe, yo.
No man.
You should never judge people for what they believe, and you should never be, I want to say that word there, being judgmental is bad for business.
I mean, the Bible itself said that.
Being judgmental is bad for business because I gonna have my like we keep coming back to the same point. Perspective. Perspective. At the end of the day, everybody has their own perspective in life. You have to respect my views, and just like you respect my views, I have to respect your views. So I believe in respect, love, and harmony is where we need to have the thing set.
And communication, bro, like communication. Like, you know what I'm saying? As man, you're supposed to can communicate how you feel about something, and next man is supposed to get offended by your beliefs, or your opinion. Like, if you're getting offended by my beliefs or my opinion, what kind of style that? Your beliefs, or your opinion. Like, if you're getting offended by my
You there?
yeah, it is.
Yeah. Sorry. I had a thing coming on the other phone, so it clicked up.
We're getting it.
Barry,
What are you saying? The light up again?
Great points. Somebody say you're bringing across some great points there, Mr. Barry.
Oh, give thanks. You know, your boy like to read and use his mind.
Neil, remember Neil?
Oh, okay, I can see comments.
I can show it up there.
Seen, which is right. Neil Maroney, which is right.
What you said there again.
Yeah.
You know, so we'd like to thank Neil for his contribution into the live. I wish he wouldn't be so shy and come on the live though, and
Yeah, you come up on the live. Let's discuss some of these things.
Neil is
Get
a
some
pastor,
different
you know, Rasta.
things. Neil is a pastor.
Yeah, man.
Oh, we need a pastor on the live. Let's get Neil on the live, bro.
Pastor Maroney.
Yeah, get Pastor Maroney in the live. Let's discuss some of these things. Let's see Pastor Maroney feel on this thing, because I mean, like, a pastor is a person that lead the congregation, and I know some really, really, really good pastors. I know some pastors that are like I know some pastors that is just, to me, not good people. You know, like, I just know from the first time I meet them. Just, you know, when you first meet somebody, you can get that air about them, that aura about them, that feeling about them,
Yes.
right? And I know some pastors. I know at least two pastors that I know very well, right? That I know personally. Like, they just know them from being at a funeral home and doing so many, like, just funerals and them things. That these man is just some good man. Like, they're just some good people. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're just some good. I know this Reverend. I don't even know if he's still alive. Reverend Winsett. He's just a good man. He drove a Chevy Cavalier, one of the cheapest cars, bro. And this man had a big church. This man had a big church. And this man driving one of the cheapest cars. If somebody died out of violence, he would do the funeral for like almost free, for a very little bit of money, right? I know some pastors, they have smaller churches than him, and I drive Mercedes Benz and a bag of things, right? And I saying, just to me, just looking at this man, I know this man is a good man. This man is like this man, just, you know, just how he lives. He doesn't live, to me, he lives in a way that, like, I would see, like, that what would Jesus do? I would see he's living in that type of,
Okay.
right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I know, and Reverend Burgess is actually in Congress right now. He actually went from pastor into politics, so now he's in Congress right now. You know, and he was, just from I met the man, like, this is a very good man. Like, he just, like, spoke very well. He, like, you could just tell he was his aura was very good. He was not a judgmental person. He was like, you know,
You judging?
I
No.
judging him personally just by his actions, and, like, you know what I'm saying, well, who he is, you know, because you have to make your own opinion, like, you know. But I know pastors that are like, were very different. I know very different pastors who I felt were very flamboyant and just very, you know, like, to me, this is not in the spirit of Christianity. Right. It's very materialistic and just not in the, and I personally, I don't feel that. I don't feel like, if you're a pastor and you live in, and you're trying to promote a Christian lifestyle, I don't feel like you should live in the, I know some pastors are very different, and there's very different, there's very different, there's a lot of different theologies about how a pastor should live and present himself, but like I feel like the pastor that presents himself modestly, to me, just feels a little bit more in the realm of Christianity. You know what I'm saying? A pastor that doesn't live a lavish lifestyle and actually gives to the community and is more about the community than himself. To me, I trust that person more. You know what I'm saying? That's just my. Some people might like a pastor that like has a nice car and feels like, oh, the pastor should be in that light, that he has a nice car and he has a nice suits and he has all this stuff. Like today we were at the mall. We went to the mall just to like walk around the mall because we were just not doing anything.
Your window
And
shopping.
right, we were just window shopping and we were at Nordstrom's and we were looking at all these like Balenciagas and we were just like looking at it for fun. And like, oh, why would you spend all this money on this shoe that's just a shoe? Like it's just a shoe. But like I know people that would like it's just a status symbol, or like I know pastors that would just like that's just what they wear. They always wear the nicest stuff and they wear the nicest suits and the nicest this and the nicest that. And I don't know. For me personally, I just respect a pastor that's very much more modest than a pastor that's more flamboyant, or a pastor that preaches that like you should have all the riches, because I feel like it's a slippery slope with riches, like the Bible said.
Let me say this. That's part of the reason why I really kind of fall out on the belief of religion and religious leaders. Is because one time, I was living in Virginia at that time, and I was like going to a church, and this pastor is driving around in one of the most expensive cars out there.
Hmm.
I'm like, and this man have a private jet. And I'm like, yo, the man keeping 3 services. They have an ATM in the church. They have all kind of things inside of the church. I'm like, no, this is not what God is about. This is about money making. This is a money making business.
I mean, church is a money making business, like in general.
I almost let me open up my own church
Yeah, man.
because
Yeah, man. My pastor, my brother's a pastor, and I tell him, yo, if you are going in a church business, me want involve in a broker, me want make some money still.
because I believe that some of these people are just here. They're not here for the people. They're here for their pockets. And a
Right,
lot of these politicians that we have are there for their pockets and not for the people. And
bruh.
that is what I preach against.
I read a quote a long time ago, and it said something about church and religion. What the reason why church doesn't have taxes, because church, politics, and religion is two of the same kind of things. It involves the same type of emotions. You understand what I'm saying? Like
Okay.
politics and religion incite the same type of emotions in a person, so they give you the same feeling. Like when you're like really gung ho about a certain religion, or when you're really gung ho about a certain
Political
political
party.
agenda or party, it gives you the same type of feeling. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
I read that a long time ago, and I always stick with me.
Okay. Well, I,
Yeah.
I, I, believe, I believe that too. So that is why some people might vex with you and unfriend you because of their political views.
Because politics and religion are like, you say you come from politics to religion, Richie, is the same thing. Most of the political and religious feelings, like the feelings it incites in a person, is the same feelings. So
Mm.
same feelings a person would place on their religious whatever they believe in religiously, is what they would place on politics. Like some people don't think about it logically, they think about it emotionally.
Emotional.
So that's the same thing I think about Trump. And like I know a little bit more about since we've been living in America longer than we've been living in Dominica, and we've been living in America more of our adult life and our like
Yeah.
thinking mind life than just our like learning mind life. Like we kind of know more about I know more about American politics. And just like with the Donald Trump thing, like like I didn't like Donald Trump like 5 years ago, you know what I'm saying? But like just reading more and like learning more and kind of like delving more, like I kind of like have a more a different stance now that I'm a little bit older, and I'm a little bit more conservative now than I used to be when I was a little bit younger,
Mhm.
so it just like it just changed.
Well, I personally, I could not support certain things that the Democrats was talking about.
Yeah, I can support certain things. Certain things still like even though I'm not as religious, my religious my religious upbringing kind of certain things is still kind of keep firm in
Yeah,
my thing. You know,
it's
I say
over. You know,
certain things just firm. Just set on and can't. You know,
you can't run with them certain
I
things.
can't
You
rap
know.
with certain things, bro.
So
I can't deal with certain things.
let me say this real quick. We have a bingo night coming up on Wednesday, November 27th at 7 p.m. at Katai's Restaurant and Bar. That's opposite courts in Roseau, Commonwealth of Dominica. If you're in Dominica, Tucados Media, Hope Foundation, Katai, we all in collaboration. Wednesday night, 27th of November. Go up in the place. You have the opportunity to win up to $500 EC, cash money in this hard economic time. Show your face in the place. $5 a card. Go and get your bingo on. You know what I mean? Let me run this record rhythm here real quick, Barry.
Yeah.
You said I wasn't born to live. You said I wasn't born to die. You said I wasn't born to laugh, and no one wants to watch me cry. You said I wasn't born to see impossibilities. You said I couldn't learn to love, and no one wants to learn from me.
The voice of Oriel.
Have you worn my clothes? And have you walked my streets? And have you seen the place I live when I lay me down to sleep? And how can you claim to understand when you haven't seen the place where I live? Have you been done? Have you been done? Have you been done? Down where I live, have you been done? Have you been done? Have you been done? Down where I live, down where I live, down where I live, have you been done? Down where I live, down where I live, down where I live, have you been done? And you see, don't.
Yes, I.
But,
Yeah, man. Hey, we having a good conversation here, you know.
but
But like I want to thank you, Rasta, for coming through and helping your boy set up his little studio. You know what I mean?
what
I
are
want,
friends for, bro? What are friends for?
I want to give you a big thanks on that.
What are friends for,
The
bro?
studio that I'm currently living in here right now is compliments of Oriel and my boy Maki.
Yes, I big up Marky. You Marky don't tune into life.
Yeah, man, the man come through and they give me a 2 days worth of work, and we came back with this. So I want to thank you,
Of
for your
course,
support, for your love.
of course, bro. What are friends for, bro? If we, if we
I
ain't
ain't
have
had the
friends,
money to pay you big money, but I try and give you a little thing here and there.
bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro, what are friends for, bro? What are friends for? If you can't like help with a friend, like that's the joy of life, bro. Helping out somebody and dealing with somebody in a loving way, bro.
True.
Like what are friends for? If you say something today and I feel I could call you and cuss you tomorrow and Monday we still friends.
All right, and that is how you have to
And
live,
that is how we deal with people. That is how real man deal with people. Real man don't deal with people no other way, bro. Real
You
friends don't deal with people no other way.
you
Like
have
unless
to be
unless
able to have
unless
differences of
you
opinion.
disrespect me and touch my wife or something, then we don't deal with people them with it. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't physically I can't deal with you in any type of way of animosity because of what you say, bro. Like what you say is your opinion, bro. Like actions speak louder than words,
Don't
and
worry.
let that be the biggest thing that we take out of this conversation tonight. Actions speak louder than words. Man should be able to say what they want, and you should not be able to take any action against them unless they have
Evidence of this.
done the action to warrant that a reaction. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I mean, some people might believe, say, if you say something, that's enough action to be able to. But I don't believe in dictatorships. I don't believe in like communism. I don't believe in any type. I believe in freedom. You know what I'm saying? It's freedom, freedom. So I believe in freedom. You know, I believe in everybody have their own decision. Everybody have their own mode. They can say what they want. You can say what you want. Like my friend always say, I have a friend from Jamaica and I always say, you have your money, you can do what you want. I have my money, I can do what I want. So let that not keep us separate. You know what I'm saying? Like you can do what you want and I can do what I want. Like, you know, if we friends, we friends. If we do friends, we do friends. That is just how it is.
That is life.
That is life. You know, that
Yo,
is life.
Larry, it was nice having this conversation with you.
Of
We're
course.
gonna we're gonna leave the people with this song here. So
Mm. You hitting them with the message music tonight, Richie.
yeah, man.
Free yourself from the lie. From your little and
Hey, thank you very much, Neil. Neil's a great program, guys.
what to do. Go to school, go to work.
You see there, Rasta?
Yeah, which is right.
Walk to find your way. They tell you
Pastor Neil, we want to have a conversation with the pastors on the program to provide, you know, I say necessary differences of opinion that we have, you know.
Yeah, man. I wish the pastor would come in one of them days and give us his opinion. You know.
Of course, which is right. We need some pastorly opinions on the place.
He said we're looking forward for more social topics going forward. Yeah, man.
What do you mean by social topics?
What you say, Barry?
I say he need to say what he mean by social topics because
from your mind.
Well, give us a social topic to talk about, and we will speak on it. I'll go and
yeah,
do some research actually, and bring it forward to the people. You know.
You much you're looking for justice on a treadmill on a conveyor belt. You're looking for a solution when the problem is you don't know yourself. The dreamer, the believer, complainer, the pretender. What you demand from the provider, you could always find inside you. You're the soft feather or the toughest one. When we get together, Babylon will fall. They try separate us, keep us in the vibe. Hold your people on, open up your eyes and free yourself from your mind.
Free yourself.
Free yourself from.
Look at Rasta, the nature of man.
the nature of man. There's a very good book by, oh my God, I feel like I have this book right here. So Richie, you know your boy like books, so Lord God, let me find this book right now. The nature of man, the nature of man, the nature of man. I just see this book the other day.
In the last century, the
See
planet's
this book the other day.
past.
Earthquake rocked this impoverished Caribbean nation late this afternoon.
Scientists believe it's human activity that's global.
Pay attention to this song, my people.
Okay, the nature of man. This is a good book on the nature of man. Pastor, this book here.
You don't show the book.
Right, hold on. Let me figure out how this thing works.
Come on in the camera, yeah.
Okay, Man and His Symbols. Very good book on the nature of man. This is a Carl Jung. This is a good book on the nature of man. Right? We got another one on here. Lord, I got so much books. This is the book I was telling you about. 1984. Good book, great book. I got one here, one copy. Next copy here.
Okay.
Same book. This is a great book on the nature of man. Okay, this is the book here. Abraham Herschel, The Nature of Man. Good book on the nature of man. Do is man. Very, very, very thin book. See how thin it is? Very easy book to read. Abraham Herschel, The Nature of Man. Like some good information, bro. There's some good information on man and his mind and his actions and what he does and like what we do and the things we do as men that like, you know, we think is like unique to us, but it's not. Like we're not very like all of us have the same feelings and emotions and all these things. Like there's a lot of things that's not unique to us. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like and there's books that break down these things so you can kind of understand these things in like in a different perspective than how we grew up and how what we've been taught. And like to me, as a man, you need to like broaden your sphere of influence of no your sphere of like just the things you know of, the things you've been exposed to, and that kind of like just gives you more to think about and more to like just challenge your beliefs, so you can like kind of like see if the things you believe are sound, or you can kind of adjust them, or even if you don't adjust them because you don't have to, you can at least like understand other people's beliefs a little bit better and just be more accepting, you know, of other people. Like these books like just kind of give you different perspective. Like this is a very good book, like Man and His Symbols is a very good book, just because of kind of like it just gives you very good a good concept of stories and like symbolism that man uses that kind of like elicits emotion and reaction, and you understand why symbols and ways of speaking and the things people say elicit like emotional reactions in other people. You know, this is a little bit thicker than the other one, but this one, Who is Man by Abraham Herschel, this is a really good book on just like, you know, it's just a really good Rich, you could read. I know you don't like read, but you could read this book in a day and kind of just like you know, it's just a really good book. This
No,
book here
I,
is a really good book. You
I
know, Who
was
is
back in the
Man?
day. I started reading now because I have to. When I do in the lives, I have to be able to educate people.
Well, you don't have to read. You could like if you don't want to read, you can do audiobooks. And I always suggest audiobooks to people because it's just like it's a different way of absorbing media, absorbing book if you don't like to sit down and read, because to sit down and read, like I've been reading since, remember I reading since Puman Konaino in Candlelight. So
Mhm.
like I like to turn a page. I like the sound of a page turning. I like the smell of a book. I like these different things about a book. But like if you don't like to read but you still want to consume information, go for an audiobook, bro. Go on YouTube. This book is probably free on YouTube. Somebody has read this book on YouTube, and you can consume this information in an auditory format and not like be reading it. You know what I'm saying? Because reading is just a different way of just consuming
Okay,
the
well,
information.
text me the information, so I will think it
Yeah,
up.
for sure. This book, Abraham Herschel, Who is Man? This is a good small book on like, you know, just like it has good information. I really enjoyed this book. You know, an old white man, but they just have, you know, them do research into like man's mind and how man mind work, and like, you know, these things that we have in our minds that like, you know, like it's just a really good book. Like I really enjoyed this one. And it's a very thin book. It's like not even 300 pages. It's 120 pages, you know? Like this book is real easy to read, you know. And for the pastime here, I have pastime books. I have enough books on God and enough books on pastime. So you know, like I do like the pastime books. And but this is just a, it's not a religious book. It's a. I like philosophy, so it's a very philosophical book.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. This very insightful book, you know, and just on man in general. And if you want a book on like your own. I have this book. I haven't finished reading it, and I've had it for years and years and years and years. It's upstairs. But I would suggest the book to anybody who wants to be financial.
Responsible for controlling the world's central banks.
But this book here,
What was that?
this book here, Insight. This book here, um,
Yeah.
Insight.
Mhm.
Let's see, Insight by Tasha Urich.
All right.
This is a very good book, and it's about understanding yourself. This the other ones are understand other people, but this one is about understanding yourself and like your own emotions and the things that you think about and the things that like. This book is a really powerful book. I don't think enough people read this book. This book is a very one of my the greatest book. I didn't finish reading it because it's so it start to make you question your own self if if you're shaky. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, this book, you start to read this book and you start to question yourself, bro. Like, my might be shaky, you know, my thing might be shaky, you know. Yeah. So I like things that make you question your own beliefs. Like it doesn't put you in a comfort zone. It kind of takes you out of that comfort zone, and it makes you question your own. Like one knife, if me shaky. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and some of these books very much like help like make you question your own thought patterns and your own reality and your own the way you process the world around you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, man. But if anything, this one is just an easy read. You know what I'm saying? It's an easy read on like the nature of man. Like it's a very easy read, and it's just like real to the point. You know?
Well, I'm gonna have to read it, and then so we can do a live discussion about it.
Yeah, man. Your boy is the books, man. Your boy have hundreds of books right now. Your boy have more books than bookshelf.
When I was a child, the world was
Yeah, this
such
is our
a
last.
beautiful
This
place.
is our last soundtrack, and then we'll be cutting the live off after this.
And wave at aeroplanes, pretend to be wise. Oh, how much the world has changed. Everyone is searching, consuming and hurting. It's time to wake up. And don't you act like you don't see. We're not going in a positive direction. Time to wake up. Wake up. Wake up. It's time to wake up. And don't you act like you don't see. We're not going in a positive direction. Time to wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. And I seen them come and go like a junkie when the funds are flow. But when the election close, them treat you like an obstacle. Not just a problem locally. Criminal politicians still abusing power globally. People shouldn't fear the police. Them kill the youth in the street via pack a switch a sweet OGs. Protest streets, red concrete, gunshot beats. Me tired for the people, them a weep. It's time to wake up. And don't you act like you don't see. We're not going in a positive direction. Time to wake up. Wake up. Wake up.
Go back in the archives.
You should have never trouble the trouble. The trouble never trouble you.
Yeah, revoluters rise up.
You should have never trouble the trouble. The trouble never trouble you. Sticks and stones, brown weed and machete. Dust my jeans of Kingston.
Dominic, are we ready?
Take it to them artillery. Get buried. Extraordinary. Farming. Wonder what the rebels them planting. Strictly coconut and island.
Thank you to the viewers who tuned in, and have a blessed evening. Rasta, stay there, so. Stay there, so.
So use it. Revoluters make we start a revolution. And don't ever let the system take you down. Don't ever